All right, welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I am here to do a reading for Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, wherever you have that in your chart. And we all have everything in our chart, so this could be for you. That is my intention. And my readings are also timeless, so whenever you catch this is the right time for you. I have chosen 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle, and I'll be clarifying with some other decks. And Oh yeah, and I let the universe choose a song. And the title of your song is Live in the Moment. Yes, that is something that we all could um, do a little bit more. No matter how much we're able to do that, there's always a little bit more. Yeah, living in the moment. So you're not living in the moment, is the thing. Uh, but hanging on to the past, hanging on to what you want, thinking about what you wish the future would be, um, caught up in your head, feeling lost, um, getting down on yourself, criticizing yourself, and needing to accept that things are the way they are right now. There's nothing you can do to change them. All you have control over is your attitude about whatever it is you're dealing with, and get to a place of serenity and c- calm peacefulness as much as you can. So yeah, let's dive in. We got loyal heart in protection. So this is speaking to being loyal to something that doesn't deserve your loyalty, hanging on to something long past its expiration date. Um, Somehow you're needing you need to go within, do some reflection, some introspection, and really figure out what's right for you, what's working, what's not. If there's someone, person or people in your life that you're being loyal to, um, but you're not getting something out of it, you don't feel very good, you don't feel like they're particularly loyal to you, then why do you continue to stay in it? And part of it does come from, we have never ending story. It's the story you're telling yourself. Like I said, criticizing yourself, getting down on yourself. Sometimes we stay in situations because we feel like we don't deserve better. Um, that, yeah, basically we deserve what we're getting. So we just stick with it. Or we stay in a situation because we have feelings for a person, for example, but then they don't treat us well, or somehow the dynamic is funky. We don't like it. And then we get down on ourselves for sticking around when we know we shouldn't, but we can't help it, The heart wants what it wants. and and so it's basically needing to change your story, to support yourself, be kind to yourself, understand that that part of you that is feeding you this criticism, self-criticism, painful story. Um, hey, good morning. I'm doing earth signs, just generally. So this is for Taurus as much as Virgo and Capricorn. So yeah, you did not miss it. um, Yeah, so yeah, it's about changing the things that you're telling yourself. You want to start try to be more kind with yourself, to tell you things that feel supportive, feel uplifting. Know that you're doing the best you can, that you always have. And if you know that you're making decisions that don't feel totally good, that it's coming from a place inside you that for whatever reason feels like that's the best decision to make. When you acknowledge that part and accept that part, embrace that part, thank you so much. um yeah, love that part of yourself. That's when you can start to ease ease out of the negative thinking, the self-criticism, and change your story ultimately. If you don't like what's happening, what would you like? What would feel better to tell yourself? And then we have the fates, which speaks about being in a situation that you have no control over. That sometimes things just work out the way they work out. And it's not, it can be painful or uncomfortable or whatever. It's not what we want, but all we can do is accept, accept what we're dealing with, understand that this too shall pass, and that, life throws us curveballs sometimes. It's just what happens, but it's because we're meant to learn something. We're meant to grow through it, right? What we go through, we grow through. So uh, look for the opportunity in whatever you're dealing with. And ultimately the opportunity to turn things around, to move things in your favor, to, if, for example, if you're getting down on yourself, criticizing yourself in some way, try to imagine if you were talking to a child in front of you. Um, Hopefully you like children. We do live and learn, right? But yeah, most of us, if we have a little child in front of us who who is feeling scared, who's getting down on themselves in some way, usually we're going to try to help them feel better. We're going to be like, "Oh, it's okay. You're still learning. Let me hug you. Let me hold your hand. Let me give you, y- like, let's do this together." Like, we're very much more supportive and helpful. But, and so what you want to do is try and turn that around on yourself, onto the child inside, and, and know that you need that kind of care, that kind of support as much as any child around you would. Um, yeah, and it is all about living in the moment. Um, Trying to be present with what is, not thinking too much about the past. It can be so difficult when you're caught up in something and you can't help yourself, but as much as you can, practice when you become aware, practice moving yourself to the moment. What's happening right now? Um, Usually, right in this moment, everything's okay. And again, just be kind to yourself. So, okay, let's go into. We'll clarify with the good. What's it called? The good tarot. The good tarot. What does the good tarot have to say? For fire. I think this is understanding what is worth being loyal to in your life, because this is a card of harmonious relationships, celebration with people that you really connect to. Um, it can be a card of, romantic long term connection. Doesn't have to be romantic though. Thank you. um, it's it's understanding that your loyalty is meant to go in the direction of people who are able to reciprocate, where there is more harmony, where you're not left hanging, or worse. Um, Typically when we're down on ourselves and criticizing ourselves, we we allow others to do the same. And so that can be a really good indication. Like, if you're dealing with someone or a group of someone's who are more critical of you, it's a great way to realize where you do that in yourself, where you allow yourself to not be so nice. Because when you can start to be nicer to yourself, then you start to not allow that, um, Allow other people to do that. Okay, then we get Ace of Water, which is about unconditional love and good fortune that comes in because of it. When you start to raise your vibration, your frequency, you start to feel better about yourself. You start to change your story and love yourself exactly as you are. You're human, just like everybody else. And we're all doing the best we can. Thank you. Thank you. Varying Redbeard. Like that name. Um, you everything in your life starts to get better. It's that upward spiral. And we have Four of Earth. Four of Earth is a card of kind of holding on to what you have. Uh, you've you've built up a foundation to a certain point. In this deck, I think it's kind of it's you're dealing with something that you've gotten to a certain point, but you have a ways to go still. And sometimes we can get way ahead of ourselves and be like, "Oh my god, what am I going to do? How am I going to get to my 10 pentacles, the 10 of earth, where I have it all." Right here, it's more like you've built yourself up to a certain point, and there can be the tendency to cling to what you've already created. But sometimes there's a need to pivot or shift. And it's knowing that you've already built that foundation and it's okay to course correct. It's okay to own where you've been, but also to be open to something new. And again, we're dealing with something here that is kind of out of your control. And so it's needing to trust that you have built a solid foundation enough to support you to get you to the next step. All right, let's look at the Oracle Tarot. Celebration and bounty. Three of Cups. Yeah. Yep. Once again, this is very much speaking to getting together with people who want to celebrate with you, who want to lift you up, who want to, I don't know, it's about friendship. It's about connections, lasting connections that are worth being loyal to. It's those people that are loyal back or loyal to you in the first place. That's what deserves your loyalty. Oh my God. And then we get the Three of Wands, dreams of change. Two threes. I just have to say it because it's here. You could be dealing with a situation where a romantic situation, third party situation, where someone was not loyal to you or has not been loyal to you. They have gone outside of the relationship and it's left you feeling really bad about yourself. And when you love someone and that happens, it can be really difficult to wrap your brain around. Yeah, truth is key. Lies beget lies. Yeah. And it's getting really truthful with yourself. It's understanding like, yes, I love this person, but they didn't have it in them to treat me with respect, to be loyal to me. And it's allowing yourself to be kind to yourself first of all for even being in that situation in the first place, and then to know that walking away is your best option in order to come together with people who do have your back. They're all holding hands, they're all lighting the way for one another. And overall, both of these cards together, particularly from this deck, speak to me of being finding your tribe, finding the people who really are going to help you, help guide you where you ultimately want to go, the direction that's so much better for you. And and it's those people who help you in the times when things aren't working out, who are like, "Hey, you're going to get through this. It's going to be okay." Right? Oftentimes it's those people outside of ourselves that can see things more clearly, and they're like, "Oh, I see it's hard right now, but you'll be okay. You'll get through this." And then we get Ace of Wands, follow your dreams. Yeah, moving in a new direction. Again, you don't fully have control over what's happening, but you can keep taking those consistent baby steps towards what you want. And I feel like I was just talking to a friend yesterday about this, about, when you're in a situation where you're dealing with someone who's not loyal, and maybe you've been dealing with it for a long time, it can really mess with your self-confidence. And you can get to that point where you're like, I don't even know what I'm passionate about, because you feel like you've been idling in this neutral place, or worse, just feeling really bad about yourself. And so this speaks to me of gradually coming out of that, gradually uplifting yourself, changing your story, getting back in touch with what you are passionate about, with what really lights you up. And we have two aces here now on the board, so there very much is some kind of new beginning. Yay! Macabre. Um, thank you. That's very sweet. um, yeah, following your dreams, doing what feels right. Um, what lights you up, what you feel passionate about. Okay. um, I'm gonna look at the what am I looking at? It's the Wisdom of Avalon Tarot. Not tarot, oracle cards. Sorry, it's early. We have the Raven, magic, coincidence, and synchronistic events. Yeah, magic is coming into your life, and it may have felt like it. Again, that kind of feeling of idling, being in neutral, like everything's just kind of blah. And as you come out of it, as you change your story, as you start to have your own back, love yourself more, you're going to start to notice things lining up, the magic coming back into your life. What is it? Coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. I think it, is very much, there's always something behind it. But yeah, synchronicity, serendipity, all those things lining up so perfectly. It's just like, wow, yay. It really does feel like a boost when those things happen. And protection. You are protected. You are protected by your higher power. Even if you can't see, even if you don't fully know, I firmly believe that we are being led somewhere. We are being given lessons to learn, and the more we can embrace them and recognize the opportunity in what we deal with, the easier things get and the better we feel. And the owl. Oh, yeah. Deception and wisdom. This is interesting too, because we've got the two owls here. This is about gaining the wisdom, becoming brutally honest with yourself, seeing the truth very clearly. The owls can see very far, very clearly. Um, and this is, yeah, it's you seeing where you've been deceiving yourself, where other people have been deceiving you, and being very clear on flying in the opposite direction, cutting it out, whatever you need to do, bringing in the people, more people that are supportive, that do deserve your loyalty. Gaining the wisdom. This, it's all about empowering yourself, right? Okay, lots of talking today, or better to say, lots of splaining. All right, let me look at the Osho Zen Tarot. Yeah, we've got some healing going on. You've been going through it. Yes, you have, but it's okay. It's going to get better through you going within and doing that work and building up your personal power, tapping into your intuition, and that it's bringing all the parts of you back online that have been disconnected, where you haven't been yourself. And this allows your love to grow, your heart to grow, loving yourself more fully, and that allows you to love your life and other people around you more fully. And the source, yeah, this, I love this card. I actually use this in my meditations in the morning, this image, because it's so powerful. But it's like, this is this is where you came from. If you the best way that I know to describe it is like, we're little sparks from the big bonfire that is the universe, that is source, whatever you want to call it, whatever that means to you. And so you just naturally are divine. You are a creation of the creator. And when you start to understand that, fully get that, it's so much easier to love yourself, and it's so much easier to change your story. And also, because of the colors here, this is all about personal power, creativity. um Sorry, I have crazy cats. They yeah, she loves boxes. Anyway, um yeah, it's like the colors of the first three chakras, our base chakras, where it's just it's about security in our life, the foundation, what we've built so far, tapping into our creativity, which allows us to follow our dreams, tap into our passion, and using our personal power to stand in our strength, in our true authentic self, to make the decisions that are so much more empowering and supportive to ourselves. You're a cat person. That's awesome. Cats are quite smart. Yeah. I think dog people don't like them because cats do what they want. They're like, I want something that's going to listen to me. And then we get the master. The master, yeah, it's is all about wisdom. Lands on the owl. This is about tapping into your intuition. The moon often represents intuition to me. The master knows what is correct for him, for everyone around him. He acts from integrity. He allows his wisdom to guide him to see beyond any deception. The master is very clear. And so I feel like you're being led by your higher power to this place. And then we both of these with the circles. There's lots of circles here, coming around, coming out of a cycle. Yeah. All right. I'm going to finish with the angelic messenger cards. Oh no. My cat is going after my kids' homework. Stop it. Okay. Angelic messenger card. Passion. Yes, follow your dreams. Oh, I love it when this happens. It's all about passion. It's about all about doing what you love. Um, getting in touch with what you love. And you may need to do some healing and change and work on changing that story in order to even become clear on what this means to you. What are you passionate about? What does light you up? Sometimes it takes a little bit to get to the core of that. It's taken me a very long time, but I finally did. And then we get power. Yep. Yep, personal power. Power from understanding that you are connected. You are divinely connected and protected. Oh, absolutely. And willpower. Yep. Yeah, it takes willpower to change your story sometimes. It's a process. When we're used to telling ourselves a certain thing over and over again, like it to change that story, it does take time. But when you use your willpower, let that drive you, knowing that that's going to help you to move in this new amazing direction, this new beginning. It can be a lot easier. And you have it. We have power and willpower. Yes, there's a lot of power here. So it's great. Yeah, thank you so much, all of you, for being here. And please leave me a comment if this resonates. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share.